Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. So today I thought I would take you through my most complimented fragrances from men specifically. Now, I don't wear fragrances to get compliments. I wear fragrances for me, but there are some fragrances that I've noticed the opposite sex just seem to love. And who doesn't love a compliment, right? So I've curated a list which I've put a lot of thought into. I could have included a lot more fragrances in this list than I have, but I really wanted to narrow it down. I haven't included fragrances that have gotten me like a few compliments from men. I have only included fragrances that consistently get me compliments from men. These are the fragrances that just do something to a man's brain chemistry that just makes them lose their mind, and I just needed to share them with you. So let's get into it. Okay, first up, I need to start off with Herba Pura. By the way, there's like one fragrance in this list that is newer to my collection. The rest of them been in my collection for a while, tried and tested. Even the newer one, she's getting consistent compliments. We love her. Anyway, Herba Pura. Herba freaking Pura. This is like crack for men. I just don't know what is in here, but men absolutely love this. I always get compliments when I wear this fragrance from women and from men, but there's something that just men love about this. It's this gorgeous, fruity, musky fragrance with this sort of dry woodiness. It's very strong. It projects a lot, and I think it's just the fact that it's very, like, it's flirty. I think this is such a flirty, sexy fragrance, but without being overly sexy. Do you know what I mean? It's not trying to be sexy, it just is sexy. It has this sort of, I always say it, but it has this sort of peachy feel to it, and I'm not usually a massive fan of a peachy note in fragrances, but in this fragrance, mixed with the muskiness and the woodiness, it just works so well. It almost has sort of like a shampoo-y vibe to it, like it's got a little bit of sweetness in there. It's fresh and it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I only wear this in warmer weather though. It's got a sort of tropical feel to it. I cannot wait for the weather to get warmer so I can start wearing this again. I haven't worn it since like last September time, and I'm so excited to start wearing it again. It is truly amazing. Okay, this next one, let's just give her her moment that she's due. She needs no introduction. It is Delina by Parfums de Marly. This fragrance gets all the compliments from men, from women, but especially from men. There's just something about this fragrance that they love, and I can see why. It is very sexy, but it's so feminine. It's this gorgeous mix of lychee and rose and peony, and then it's got this musky base, which is just addictive. There is something about that base that just reels the men in. I think it's that muskiness that really like draws them in. The rose and the peony are so feminine, and you can wear this sort of at any time of year, which I love about it. It has a freshness to it, but it's a fresh fragrance that you can wear in the middle of winter and it still works. It's great for day to day. You could also wear this on an evening. It is just like a perfect signature scent. I really love this, and it is just very sexy, but again, without trying to be sexy. There might be a theme here. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have a mix of price points in here. My next one is an affordable one, and it's one that I didn't expect to get me compliments, to be honest. But it consistently gets me compliments, especially from men, and it is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 40. This is the one that goes with, or it smells like, the Bom Dia Bright Cream. I layer these, but I do also just wear this on its own sometimes. It projects like a fragrance. It's not really like a body spray, which I love about it, and you can spray it in your hair as well. It's just this really beautiful vanilla fragrance. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's got a little bit of plum in there, so it's got a little bit of fruitiness. It's got some depth as well, and it's just very sexy. Again, without trying too hard. I do have some more glam fragrances in this list for you, but yeah, these two together, oh my word, like, I have no words. I can't really describe what happens to men when you wear these two together, but they love it. Next up is the fragrance that is newer to my collection. I want to say I've had this for about a month now, and it has got such a good reaction from people. I was wearing this over festive season, and I definitely got some compliments and some from men, and it is Dialect Amber Infusion. So Dialect are a brand that create affordable fragrances which are inspired by high-end expensive fragrances. Amber Infusion is inspired by Baccarat Rouge 540. It is the best dupe I've tried for Baccarat. It is insane, and it is £39. Yes, you heard me correctly, £39. I am working with Dialect. This part of the video is sponsored by them, which I'm really excited about because I'm very excited about this brand. This is like, imagine if Baccarat Rouge, the Eau de Parfum, and Baccarat Rouge Extra had a baby. It's got the airiness of the original Baccarat, but it's got that sort of depth and the almond note of the Extra. It honestly doesn't surprise me that I've been getting compliments on this because Baccarat is one of my most complimented fragrances. You guys know I've worn it for years, and it is just one of those fragrances, especially that men love on women, and this is no different. This has been getting the same sort of response, which is amazing, super sexy. What I also really like about this is it lasts for just as long as Baccarat does on your skin, really long lasting, but it isn't quite as loud. It doesn't have that crazy projection that Baccarat does, which makes this much more wearable for day to day. Like, you could easily wear this to work and it's not going to overpower people, but equally you can wear it on an evening. It's just a great fragrance. There's such amazing value for money. They keep their costs down by keeping their packaging very minimal, but I really like this packaging. I think it looks very chic and it's still really good quality. They don't invest in huge ad campaigns, and their markups are lower than your average fragrance brand as well. So they're a really ethical company, which I like as well. They are 100% carbon neutral, they're vegan, they're cruelty free, and if you buy one of their fragrances and you're not 100% happy with it, they offer a full refund. They're just great, and I would highly recommend you check them out because it's not just this one. Like, I want to show you quickly because Aromatic Sagewood is their fragrance, which is inspired by Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt, which I love, but that I will never buy because the longevity is trash. Anyway, this smells exactly the same and it lasts on your skin. You are welcome. This is what I mean by the packaging. This is how it comes. I think this is so chic though, right? I love this. And this one is Tobacco Opulence, which is inspired by Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. Again, an amazing one, literally smells the same. I also have a discount code KatesB10 for 10% off the entire website. I'll link it down below for you guys. Definitely a brand to check out. Okay, next up is one that you just know that I'm gonna speak about. It is my ultimate date night fragrance. It is La Perla Possibilities. This is, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's a love potion. It is my secret weapon. Men love this. I think that men tend to enjoy those type of deeper floral feminine fragrances with some sweetness. This is very classy and sophisticated, but it's also so sexy, and it's just beautiful. This smells like the epitome of a woman to me. I absolutely love it. It is a gorgeous mix of florals. There's Petalia, rose. I predominantly get rose. It's got some orange blossom in there, but they're all just blended together so beautifully. You just get this sort of general floral vibe. Like, honestly, if you told me there was jasmine in here, I would believe you, although I don't think there is jasmine in here. It's got that sort of sexiness though, and it's got this sort of pink pepper, so it's got like a little spicy kick. It's got a woodiness to it, and then this beautiful sweet vanilla. It is sexiness and femininity in a bottle. This is the fragrance that, if I didn't review fragrances for a living, if this wasn't my job, if I wasn't here to share all of these amazing fragrances with you, if I just had like a little fragrance collection, I would gatekeep the crap out of this fragrance. I would not tell anyone about it. I would be wearing it and I would make sure I was the only person who was wearing it because it is that good. Honestly, like, it's something else. Next up, we have another little secret weapon, and it is Commodity Milk. This is in their personal scent space. I've been wearing a lot of their bold scent space recently. When the weather's really cold, that one's such a nice cocooning fragrance. But Milk Personal is one that gets me the most compliments because I find this to be more sexy. This is like a really gorgeous, fluffy, light marshmallow, and this is such a Netflix and chill type of fragrance. It is one that just like invites people closer, and it's so warm and it's quite seductive in a very, very understated way. It projects, but it's not super loud. It's just very feminine. It's very like subtly sexy, which I think is just absolutely gorgeous. And when I first wore this, I wasn't expecting it to get a lot of compliments, but it really does. Definitely more compliments with this scent space than the bold or the expressive version. I love those too, but I feel like they're more sort of comforting rather than sexy, whereas this definitely has like a sexy edge. Next up is Carolina Herrera Good Girl, and I don't know what is in here, but there is something in here that makes men go feral. They lose their minds. They lose all sense of self, all sense of their surroundings. Like, truly, this is it. Like, if you want to hypnotize a man, wear this. This has the same sort of effect on men as La Perla Possibilities, but while La Perla Possibilities is for the seductive woman, like she is a woman, this is like her younger sister. This girl, she's more playful. She's still very seductive and sexy, but she doesn't take herself very seriously. Like, she's up for a good time. I love this fragrance, honestly. It's a gorgeous mix of so many notes. There's so many florals in here. There's cacao, there's like an ambery quality, it's musky, it's woody, it's got vetiver in, which is really, really interesting. I think this fragrance is like incredible. Not only does it have an amazing effect on men, but I really do enjoy wearing this fragrance. I really love it. It's just one that makes me feel very sexy when I wear it. It is a very sensual fragrance. Definitely want to check out if you're trying to reel the men in. And this next one is not one that I ever expected to get the reaction that it does from men, but it's one that I love just wearing sort of day to day, and it is Musk Therapy by Initio. And I've come to the conclusion that there's something in musk fragrances that is what drives men wild, because this is a fruity, musky, sort of cocooning fragrance. It's absolutely stunning. It's very like soft. It's got a sort of cleanliness to it. It's really, really beautiful, and I love wearing it, but the effect that it has on men actually has surprised me. I've been wearing this, I think, for like a year and a half or something, and it's one that just always gets compliments from men. A lot of these fragrances contain musk, even if it's not a prominent musk, it's sort of there in the base. And I know that musk is a sexy ingredient, we all know this, but there must be some sort of like science behind it, because these fragrances that draw the men in, they all tend to have like a specific type of formula. But yeah, this is one that surprised me, but I think it's the muskiness in this. It's beautiful, and it has a sort of skin-like quality. When it wears on your skin, it's like it could almost be the scent of your skin, and you're just this beautiful smelling person. I love this. Okay, I want you to leave me a comment and let me know if you have like a secret weapon fragrance. If you have one, let me know about it. I need to know, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Like I said, check Dialect out. They are amazing. They create some amazing fragrances at amazing prices. I will link all of these fragrances down below for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up if you did, as always, and hopefully I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.